As you'd expect from anybody who named their production company I Hate Myself Productions, my next guest is in close personal contact with her own dark side. She's also a very funny woman. She stars in the upcoming Steal This Movie. Please welcome Janeane Garofalo. Ladies and gentlemen, Janeane. Thank you. Thanks for coming on. Now you see what you've carved out by not seeking approval in your career?
I mean, exactly. When I say I hate myself productions, or if I say, oh, I'm so fat, all the compliments, they just come a-tumbling at you. So it actually behooves one to be self-deprecating, because then you get all kinds of, like, people rooting for you or thinking they need to, like, help you out a little with your esteem and things like that.
You know, I have your Marie Claire cover on my wall.
Oh God, that's the I denounce that. I denounce that. I actually wanted to do publicity for Steal This Movie, the Abby Hoffman biopic.
All right.
They have very little money in their budget for publicity, so I said, what the heck? Nobody ever offers me a cover anyway. Why not? Well, I'll tell you why not. Because you feel like the biggest ass in the world once you see those crazy mall pictures. You know what I mean? Like, it's like a turquoise background and a turquoise jean jacket, and they airbrush your tattoos and you have to smile. You know what I mean? Like, they ask you to be on the cover, but then they would never allow you to represent yourself on the cover.
You know, I see so much of myself in you when I was younger. And then I just got to the point where I said to myself, shut the fuck up. You're in show business, you know? I mean, I'm not saying you, but I'm saying you'll reach your own point where you understand that they like you and they don't need you to, you know what I mean? They just like you. No,
but they do, because then you are accused of hypocrisy.
You're not. Everybody knows you're not, but it can't be perfect.
I heard them all talking before. They were hypocrite, hypocrite, hypocrite. I heard it outside the parking lot.
I think you're thought of as one of the least hypocritical people in show business. I'm just saying at some point it becomes easier, because you'll find out a lot of this is self-induced stuff. I used to put it on myself, and then I saw at some point, that after the 27 minutes that I share with these people, they don't give a fuck what I do.
No, I know in the big picture it doesn't matter to other people, and I know other people don't care what I do, but I feel compelled to say, first of all, I don't agree with the culture of fashion magazines. I don't agree with it. And then I say that, and then I go and do one. I feel that it is incumbent upon me to explain why I did it.
Well, do you detest yourself that you did that?
I just feel embarrassed. If I had asked them if I could do it without makeup, I didn't want to wear makeup on it, and I wanted to wear my own clothes. And those were two things they would not allow me to do, and yet I had still agreed to do the cover. If I was on there looking like Kim Deal from The Breeders, I would have been thrilled. You know what I mean? Like, I would have, I would have been thrilled to take a photo like that.
Yeah, Kim Deal from The Breeders. She's my favorite, too.
You know what I mean?
I've never felt older.
Well,
it's
as a political statement, I think, and because she's cool, she won't wear makeup for photos and for photo ops and stuff like that, because in that way the personal is political, and she's made that statement. And I would like to make that statement too. But on the inside, they let me have pictures with no makeup.
Well, listen, I think you've made a big dent on a lot of young women, because I think they look at you and think of you as stating their case. I'm just saying you have to understand that even young women at some point think, Janeane's making a career for herself, and she's got to do this shit once in a while. You know, they give you that leeway.
But then also, at the same, I'm sorry, we're not actually dealing with the topic at all.
That's okay. The topic is just...
At the same token, though, I do think if I am making a dent on someone, which is debatable,
I think
I think part of the dent then is conversations like this one.
Me too, that you can come out here and talk about this, because I remember I had a conversation like this once with another person who said they had had lunch with Prime Minister Gorbachev. This is when Gorbachev was, whatever his Premier Gorbachev. And I said to the person, who was a very nice person and a star, I said, isn't it funny that you end up having dinner or, you know, lunch with Gorbachev? Just not meaning it as self-deprecating or in a deprecating way, just how incongruous life is that the head of Russia wants to have lunch with this TV star. And they got so pissed off, you know what I mean? Like, they said, no, it's not weird at all that they would want to have lunch with me. And I thought, wow, you can't have this conversation. It just gets too awkward. But I thought I could talk to you about it. I think people at home watching, they expect you to be able to talk about things that most people are uncomfortable about. I don't want to go on about it. I laughed. I was in there and I said, Jesus, I cannot believe Janeane's on Marie Claire. I can't wait to talk to her about it.
I can't believe it either. I know. Believe me, I got no shortage of messages on my machine from friends going, I don't believe it. Oh my God, is that you and Marie Claire? And it's such a weird picture that I've had my own ex-boyfriend said, you know, I was staring at it going, why do I know that girl? And he like he didn't know it was me, and he didn't look at the name on it, but that's how alien that photo was.